All right, so good afternoon to everyone on the East Coast. Good morning to those on the West Coast. We are really excited today to be joined by Sherwin Jocosing. He is the admissions manager at the California Institute of Arts and Technology. A lot of really cool things to cover today, including some specific programs that we feel are a great fit for the audience in the Virtual Career Expo. So thank you for registering. Thank you for your participation, and we look forward to covering a lot of cool stuff today. My name is Greg Huff, Senior Account Manager here at Victory. My job is simple. We connect the military community with civilian opportunity, and really excited again to talk about a very specific opportunity here today. So with that, Sherwin, I'd like to hand it over to you for an introduction.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Greg. Appreciate it. A pleasure to be on here. Again, my name is Sherwin Jocosing, Admissions Manager at California Institute of Arts and Technology, or CIAT. So I kind of wanted to explain, give you just a big overview of CIAT. CIAT is a technical vocational college founded in 2008. We are rapidly growing due to the industry demands. So we specialize in supporting students in advancing and building their careers in the tech field, such as cybersecurity, IT administration, cloud management, networking, coding, and much more. We're unique in a sense that we serve as an alternative to the traditional four-year degree college, as we're focused more on hands-on experience and career preparation. We are nationally accredited by ASSET, very proud that we are. Since ASSET does support and specialize on supporting vocational schools.
Yes, and that's important, Sherwin, and I know a lot of potential students kind of lead with that, so really appreciate the context there. You do mention kind of in-demand IT jobs and certifications. Talk to us a little bit about how these programs lead into that and being able to view these as an alternative or in conjunction with, say, a traditional four-year degree. Talk to us a little bit about that program flexibility.
Yeah, absolutely. So we offer 10 total programs. We have what we call 3 levels of stackable programs in the form of certificates. So anywhere from 15 to 40 weeks, you can earn your certificate. And within those certificate, you earn what we call these industry certifications. And the industry, they kind of want to, a lot of employers in the industry right now, they find that sometimes the degree is not enough. So they need more of a specialization in these globally recognized IT certifications that we offer. So most of our students are marketable after their 15 weeks. At that point, they would have earned their CompTIA ITF, CompTIA A+, and they could actually still find an entry-level position while completing their program here, whether it's the associate's degree or the bachelor's degree that we just started to pioneer here.
Wow. And you mentioned, was it 10 specific tech programs, and the format for those programs, are they all 5-week classes? Talk to me a little bit about how you mentioned as little as 15 weeks kind of having that preparedness. Are they all structured in that 5-week format?
Yes, absolutely. So, our goal is to create immediate entry into the workplace. As early as 5 weeks, the very first course you take is the IT fundamental. So whether you're a novice or a savvy veteran in the industry, you get that foundation in the ITF. So what we're trying to do is just build confidence in those technical skills. So it actually supports them in going to the next course or next certification would be the A+ on there. So small classroom size. You do have an instructors there supporting you, a lot of support, but as you mentioned, 15 weeks, at that point, you would have completed three courses, and you could actually speak to our career center and put some resumes out there, earn an IT entry-level position, and be ready to go.
Wow, that's great. And you mentioned that first class. I think a large portion of our audience, Sherwin, is that transitioning service member. They've
Mhm.
spent 4 years in the Marine Corps, 22 years in the Army. And there's a little intimidation factor about, switching gears and beginning an IT career. So maybe can you talk to the portion of our audience that might be a little bit hesitant about switching careers and how this introduction, that first class, can kind of get their confidence up and have them thinking about a career change?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And Greg, we deal with a lot of students, a lot of veterans come in with kind of that hesitation of, oh, should I switch careers? This is going to be very scary. And it really starts first with the admissions advisors that they do speak with in providing that particular confidence. We're here to kind of facilitate a decision to support them to making sure that they're comfortable. We do have a readiness course that actually it's a free course that the students can take before they actually go into the core curriculum classes where they know how to post assignments. They know where to go to with certain things. So
Okay.
what we're trying to do is build momentum in order to ensure that they're confident. And now they just going to dive into the program that they're focused on, and build momentum again from that class to the next.
Oh, that's great. Is that readiness class available to all students?
Yes, absolutely.
That's tremendous. So a good way to figure out, even you mentioned something as little as how to submit an assignment or
Mhm.
chat within a classroom. Who's my instructor? Where do I go to for questions? Is that all kind of included in that readiness course?
Yeah, it's definitely divided in four modalities that would ensure that you're successful with a particular course. But we want students to actually find a position in the tech industry. So there are assignments as far as creating a resume. How's your LinkedIn profile looks like, and what is an acceptable IT LinkedIn profile, a resume to submit. So when they like even prior to completing the program, they're already prepared in that career readiness.
Great, great. And then I guess for the other portion of our audience, the tech savvy folks, those ready take what they've learned in the military and jump right into it. Talk to us a little bit about that experience level. We can kind of hit the ground running. I'm sure you mentioned an admissions process. Are they able to
Mhm.
kind of speak for the more advanced folks? Are they able to speak with a counselor, admissions rep, an academic counselor, and say, "Hey, here's where I'm at. Where do I fit in here, and what certifications will I need to, as quickly as 15 weeks, maybe start applying for some work here and for careers?"
Yeah, yeah, great question. We definitely have those savvy tech individuals that, in fact, some of them actually have their industry certifications. So we do have credits that they could actually transfer in and apply towards a particular program. General eds, we look at their JSTs too as well.
Great.
Any previous college credits that they may have if they were looking to pursue a degree. We could go ahead and transfer a lot of those general ed requirements, and so it's less classes for them to take.
Yes.
Um, and definitely they feel excited because a lot of times they're all looking for cybersecurity, and we have bachelor's degree program that we just launched. They could actually specialize whether it's in cybersecurity, networking, or cloud management, so they're able to kind of see some of those advanced certifications in our bachelor's program. And in addition to that, some veterans that are looking for technical government positions. We do actually have an approved educational approach for the DoD 8140. I think it was formerly called the DoD 8570. So students are looking to go that path. We have
Great.
that education for that.
Great. So the transfer of credit piece, the JST,
Yep.
any of that's all part of, again, the admissions process.
Correct.
Because again, if you look at our audience, there's a lot of experience there, and even perhaps some military training that they can get college credit for if the undergraduate or the bachelor's degree is part of their ambitions. So that's great to hear. What about the modality and kind of the flexibility? I know that you guys have two campuses. I know that you offer many programs, and all of them perhaps online. Talk to the audience a little bit about that flexibility and their options to, with very busy lifestyles, still be able to get their certifications and or their degrees.
Yeah, absolutely. We offer both modalities, online and campus. So online is pretty popular now because of COVID.
Yes.
So we'd have those asynchronous learning So it does provide that flexibility if you have a family, if you have a job, life-work balance, where at any given point in time, whenever it's best for you to participate in class, you have the time to do so, just being mindful of those particular due dates that come along. But more importantly, there is an instructor there that supports the students along the way. So they do get that curriculum. And right now we do have a campus live. So since our campuses are closed right now until health officials say we're ready to open, we do have virtual classes where they're able to go ahead and participate 2 days out of the week in order to get more of that Zoom meetings like this where they're just looking in and participating, able to raise their hand and virtually
Yeah,
participate.
that's great. So online does not equate to impersonal. Quite the opposite. It's still very hands-on,
Mm-hmm.
even with some of the challenge of the current situation.
Correct, correct.
That's great. And your two campuses, we do have an audience all over the country, but a very large portion of our audience is West Coast, California. Talk to those that maybe are looking to in the near future come to campus. Where are you guys located?
Yeah, so we have two campuses. Our main campus is in National City, so down south, and Mission Valley.
Okay, great. Beautiful places for those looking to in the area. There's not much better of a spot to attend at your school and complete than those locations. So thank you for sharing. And the online portion, very appealing as well. And just on that, and sure, with the online portion, is there part of that the preparedness course that you mentioned earlier? Is a piece of that as well, just getting comfortable with how the classes are run? Is there anything specific to, say, COVID readiness or maybe for those looking to come on campus? Is there something specific for that cohort that prepares them to maybe start off online, but then eventually come to campus? I'm sure that part might be challenging.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. As I mentioned, we have two modalities. So for if we were open, and we had a campus available for them, a lot of the students want to kind of experience that more of the hands-on experience. So we have a version called Campus Live where they're able to simulate a classroom. They go in from 6 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. on their laptop and PC, as long as they have Wi-Fi, and able to experience that 4-hour class 2 nights of the week. So for those that are looking more for that hands-on experience and want to transition once our campus opens, they're able to go ahead and participate in the Campus Live to simulate that. And hopefully we open here pretty soon. Um,
Fingers
and
crossed.
Yeah, exactly. And then we could go ahead and transition that into campus.
That's great. So for the audience, again, sounds like something for everybody. The comfort levels are different for everybody. Reach out to Sherwin, to his admissions team, get these questions answered. There's a lot of important factors that go in to where they want to pursue their civilian education. One of those, Sherwin, is financial aid or scholarships or military-specific programs. Can you talk to us a little bit about the funding or the financial aid piece? Again, a foreign concept to a portion of our audience. To others, they're used to that process. Can you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So we have different forms of options to go ahead and finance your education. For military veterans, post 9/11, they utilize that. Some veterans are able to have their whole entire tuition covered, depending upon eligibility. We actually have students that use vocational rehab, active tuition assistance, my CAA, and recently we got approved for the VA STEM extension. So any veterans that exhausted their military benefits, I believe they get 9 extra months of GI Bill benefits if they're pursuing the technical education. We also have forms of financial aid, FAFSA. So we have a financial aid advisor here that will support them if they do need a secondary option to go ahead and support them in the tuition.
That's great. And my CAA as well for military
Mhm.
spouses and extended benefits.
Correct.
That's great to hear. So the financial aid process, again, is that part of the admissions? Because I know some folks may, hey, this is a perfect fit, but that part, the transfer of credit, the financial aid, can be a little intimidating. Is that all part of the process that your team helps out with? Can they speak to somebody directly if they have questions regarding one, what they're eligible for, and two, even just completing the process?
Absolutely, yeah. Our admissions team, full service representatives, they'll support them through the whole thing. So, just seeing if this is an overall good fit. Number one, what program they may be interested in, if they have previous transferable credits, and then we'll dive into eligibility of what payment options to utilize. If they do need to utilize FAFSA, we support them through that process too, and how to apply for FAFSA. Utilizing DD-214s too as well, to support and give to our VA certifying officials to just double check eligibility. But our goal is to ensure that everything is all set. So when they do start classes, that's all they're focused on.
To mind.
Yeah.
No, that's great because it can be a daunting process, as you know,
Correct.
Sherwin, being on
Hmm.
admissions. And
Absolutely.
it's nice to know you have a team behind you. So don't let those questions go unanswered to the audience. Sherwin and his team, they have you covered there because it can be an intimidating process, but no worries. Let the experts help you out. And to your point, Sherwin, when classes do begin, peace of mind. I'm here to focus on completion, on how this is going to get me a job. I understand as well, you guys have some really good career services, job preparedness. Talk to us a little bit about that fun part, right? After this, the back end, the paperwork, everything's completed. I've got my financial aid lined up. As I am completing the degree, as I, prepare to enter the workforce, how can the CIAT team help the students prepare for that and even look for jobs, begin their
Yeah.
careers, begin their civilian careers?
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that we really focus on is just kind of that rapid entry into the workforce. As I mentioned, 15 weeks, students are marketable right away, but we like to kind of set that foundation from the very beginning of really focus on career. We just don't want students just to enroll. We want you to have a career in technology. So we're speaking to you that from the very beginning, whether you're speaking to an admissions advisor, whether you're setting up an appointment, we encourage students to go the moment that you enroll, to set up an appointment with our career center, so we could prepare you for the jobs that are out there for you when you do earn these particular certifications, whether it's resume writing, setting up your LinkedIn profile, seeing what opportunities are out there for you. So right from the beginning, that is just the main focus is not only do we want you to graduate and be successful, but we want to ensure that you have a career. And a lot of our students, we have many students that are still are able to actually land a position after 15 weeks and still continue the program for further advancement
Sure.
in their current company that they're working for.
Great. I'm glad you brought that up, Sherwin. So it's one of those things, it's not as though you have to wait until the certification or the program's completed. This is something, the career readiness, the job placement, you really begin that support as soon as the student begins the program.
Yes, absolutely. We kind of just want to plant that seed. As I mentioned earlier, it's not like the traditional thinking that we've learned. Go to your 4-year degree, wait till you graduate, put your resume out there. This is you have the opportunity while you're still in the curriculum, when you earn these certifications, those 2 certifications right after your A+, you're able to go ahead and land a position right away.
That's tremendous.
Mhm.
That's tremendous. Well, we covered quite a bit today, Sherwin, and to the audience, I really encourage you guys to reach out. CIAT is much easier to pronounce than the California Institute of Arts and Technology, but it is ciat.edu. From there, Sherwin, I know the website's very well done. You can easily apply, look at programs. You even have a military-specific landing page where it maps out a lot of the items we discussed on today's call. So for those in the audience that are interested in learning more, Sherwin, is that the best way for them to get a hold of you and your team, the ciat.edu web address, and kind of look from there?
Absolutely. And you could also take down my email and email me directly. So it's SJOCOS as in Sam, ING, at ciat.edu. Go ahead and feel free to go ahead and email me directly, and myself or admissions advisor will go ahead and connect with you and support you accordingly.
That's great, Sherwin. And also for those attending the virtual career expo, Sherwin, his team are there to support you as well. And I think you did a great job of articulating that today, Sherwin. It sounds to an audience that has a number of different options, but a lot of questions. Let's leave it to the experts. You've been in higher ed your entire career. You have a lot of experience. So really, really taking care of your students. But I think that's a unique opportunity. You don't have to wait until you complete your degree to start looking at those civilian career opportunities. Speak with Sherwin, speak with his admissions team, find out the right program, and start thinking about that next opportunity in the civilian sector. So really appreciate your time today, Sherwin. For those of you joining the VCE, Sherwin and his team will be there as well. You have his email address. You also have the school's website. Please let us know what we can do to support you guys, and best of luck in your transition. Take care.